Alright, what is up guys? Loser Manic here, and welcome to a video that may be a bit off guard for a bit, but I want to talk about this because this whole shit is just pretty weird. And I want to talk about Keemstar as a whole. Now, last time I talked about him, it was during the whole pyrocynical shit, which I'm not going to get into because that's just the whole thing as a whole. That's just a different thing as a whole that I already talked about. But I want to talk about something in particular because it's the most confusing shit ever. So, I follow Keemstar on Twitter. Alright? I don't follow his Drama Alert channel. I'm not subscribed to it. Mostly because I follow him on Twitter and he, like, posts tweets as to when he does this. So I can just go over there and whatnot and watch his stuff. So I'm still supporting him, just not in a way that he would want, but whatever. Let's put that aside. What the fuck is going on with his Twitter? And I'm not talking about like his videos or whatnot. I don't really care about the cryptocurrency stuff because I'm too stupid to understand all that. I'm too poor to partake in those. But what I don't understand is a lot of these people are shitting on him just to shit on him for how terrible of a person he was. Like every time, like there could be some like allegations towards a racist, someone who's been racist, and he goes on and he talks about how, you know, racism is a terrible thing. People shouldn't be saying the N-word and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, all these people come out and say, "Is this you?" With like a video of him like 10 years ago. Like, that is the sole purpose on his Twitter page, is to just bring up all the hypocritical stuff. And they're feeding into it. They're giving him what he wants. And I understand that's probably the joke and whatnot, but I don't get it. Plus, the whole ratio thing is just fucking stupid. Even over something that, like, everyone agrees 100% with. It's just a matter of ratio because it's Keemstar. You're not gonna like him. But it just seems ridiculous, you know? Plus, I feel like there's like certain topics he shouldn't talk about just because he's gonna get shit over it. Like that whole shit with Jake Paul and that Justine woman. I'm not gonna get into that because I know nothing. I don't know enough facts to put my thoughts into. But he is over here to say like, would it be possible to block it or something? And yet, a lot of these, some of the women here agree with him. I'm sorry if you guys hear, like, snapping in the background. Or, like, if you feel like something is breaking or whatnot, I'm fidgeting with something. So, yeah, so, but then, like, a lot of these women are like, no, it's not. You're victim blaming, victim shaming. I'm just gonna say something, and this has nothing to do with that whole situation. I don't think he was, because if he was, he would have said a lot worse. He was just, I feel like with that situation, he was more just curious as opposed to just, like, victim shaming. If he was a victim shaming, he would have said, like, this bitch doesn't know what doesn't know what she's talking about, but he didn't. I feel like if he was victim shaming, he would have said like a lot worse stuff than just like than just asking if she could have blocked it. But the fact that he didn't, I doubt he was victim shaming as a whole. But I'm not gonna get into that whole situation. I just want to put my 2 cents in there about this whole thing with Keemstar. Plus, what people fail to understand is, I feel like these people are doing it just so that they can be like, yo, like, you fucking suck. But he's a multi-millionaire. He doesn't give a fuck about your opinions. He has all these companies. If you check out his Twitter, he's flexing on a lot of shit. You know, he fixed up his pool. He gave his daughter a gaming setup, which is really awesome. I wish my parents did that to me, but whatever. I understand why they didn't though, but whatever. And yet, like, all the, like, I remember during the, which is, I don't know if it's still going on, the whole H3 and Keemstar debacle. A lot of people were saying, like, bro, don't you have a kid, and yet you're arguing with this stuff? I feel like the dumb part about Keemstar is the people responding to him over just some dumbass shit. By the way, if you guys are wondering, I'm Team Keem on the whole H3 versus Keemstar thing. I don't know if that's still going on, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because so it mostly revolves around what happened on Twitter that I saw that I was like, fuck that. Anthony Padilla recently, well, not recently, but recently as when this situation happened where I was no longer H3 fan, Anthony Padilla said on Twitter that he's been going through some shit. And that is very personal to him and whatnot. He's been like, he said like he was suicidal or depressed or whatever. I can't remember, but it's some like very, very serious shit. Trisha Paytas, on the other hand, says, fuck you, that's not true. Goes off and says some other stuff, basically harassing him, whatnot. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. Or whether she was serious or not, I don't know. I don't know why Anthony Padilla didn't do anything wrong to Trisha, at least not from what I've heard. It's possible, I just don't know it. But then like H3 is over here like supporting Trisha with all the negative stuff he said, so I kind of unfollowed him there. Plus, I feel like as a whole, H3 is like that one person who's a lot more saltier than Keem. Like, or a lot more petty. Like, Keem can be, like, petty as fuck. But, like, if Keem is, like, right here, H3 would be, like, right above here. It is that bad. And it makes no goddamn sense whatsoever as to why, you know? So, I just feel like this whole thing is just... Yeah. Also, Trisha Paytas as a whole is fucking stupid and just a total like attention whore. Like, and by the way, she did porn for a time. That is the worst shit I have ever seen. Like, I'm not afraid to admit that I have seen her porn stuff before. It is the worst thing I have ever seen. I'd rather watch scat porn. If you guys know what that is, you guys know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I'd rather watch that than watch any of Trisha Paytas' stuff. First of all, her body seems very fake. And now I'm not hating on people who get all these implants or whatnot. They can do what they want. But to her it just seems weird. But yeah. Plus she jokingly said that dogs don't have brains, which at this point I'm highly convinced that she believes 100%. Especially over the dumbest things ever. She thought Gabby Hanna was gonna come to her house and attack her, which isn't true. She made a massive deal over that. Like, she did not give up. Even if she was 100% wrong, she did not give up on that. It is the dumbest shit ever. Plus, there's that whole thing with Trisha and Keem as a whole. I feel like it's just Keem versus Trisha, and then... Well, yeah. I feel like the whole H3 situation could have just been H3 and Trisha versus Keemstar. But it isn't. But it doesn't matter. Plus, I just feel like, I don't know. Trisha does, like, a lot of stuff. Like, remember when she had, whenever she said she had multiple personalities? And then she just blatantly thought that having multiple personalities is just immediately like a light switch flipping from like, oh, I'm a nice loving guy to just, I'm a fucking psychopath. I'm gonna stab you all. Like, that could be it, but it just, the way she formed it seemed a bit fake. I don't know anyone who has multiple personality disorders, or was it BPD? Bipolar disorder. It was one of those things where like it was around the time Anthony Padilla released a video talking about like I interview these people, like and I think multiple personalities was on there. So plus, didn't she come out as like a chicken nugget? Didn't she say she sexually identifies as a chicken nugget? Look, there are certain things you can joke about, but if you keep joking about shit like this, we're gonna believe you at this point. Cause you take this shit way too seriously. Plus, didn't she have like this whole thing where she says that she might be transgender, but then goes on to say that she is, but then says she's not. She is the most confusing person ever. I don't get it. I don't even have this went from me talking about Keemstar to just shitting on Trisha as a whole. There was a lot of stuff that Trisha did that is just, God, what the fuck? Plus, wasn't she was also dramatic about that whole thing of like, H3 making a video, which I'll give him credit where credit's due. He did make a video talking about how you should be happy with your body and whatnot. Even though I just harassed Trisha based off her pornos. So I probably shouldn't say that. Does it look like I'm tired? I'm not. I'm sorry. But and then she's over here crying on her floor about how damaging and how much of an asshole H3 is, saying that he is worse than Hitler, which I doubt because H3 has not committed mass genocide ever. So that seems not true. But now they're friends. So it went from like Trisha hating on H3 to now them being friends. That is like the most confusing relationship I've ever seen. I don't get it. That whole thing seems weird, and that's why I sided with Keemstar during that whole H3 Keemstar debacle, if it's still going on. Plus, H3 as a whole just doesn't know like where boundaries are. Like, you guys remember that whole shit with Britbong, where H3 platformed him specifically to get back at Keem, but then everyone said it was a bad idea not to shit or not to platform him, not because to shit on Keem, which would be a terrible thing to do anyways, you know, but because of the terrible shit he has done. He has CP that he was spreading to other people. He false flags or false reports people and all that shit. It just comes across as weird and fucking stupid. Plus with all these situations, I feel like weird. I don't know. This whole quarantine is so weird. It's so bad. You know it's bad when Keemstar starts making more sense? You know? Like, there have been multiple times, although granted, a lot of it was just Keem versus Trisha, and Trisha makes no sense anyways. So it'd be a lot more sense. You need to be like a weird fucking person to side with Trisha in any of these Keemstar versus Trisha debates, because it is fucking ridiculous. You know? It's just... I don't know. I really like Keem. There are some stuff that he does I disagree with, but that doesn't mean I shit on him for it. Obviously, that whole thing he did 12 years ago, calling Alex the N-word, I disagree with entirely. But it doesn't seem like he does that anymore, so that's why. But yeah. I don't. But I guess this isn't mostly a video about Keemstar as a whole, just rather his Twitter, because his Twitter is confusing as shit. But what I do like about, I will say this, is that it's most of the stuff he does I get mad at, but that's mostly because it's my fault, because I'm way too sensitive. Like, for example, he basically had made like a Twitter video of like all his gaming collection is, and the title was like, and you call yourself a gamer. And it's like, well, that's a bit gatekeeping. But then I was like, but then he later said, that's the point. I was like, oh, okay. The point is to shit on people or to piss people off with the shit he does. And then that's when I realized I'm the exact same way. I shit on people because that's, I make videos purely to shit on some people. Like that whole thing of my thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2 winning Game of the Year. It was, I in my celebration of it. That was the point, was to piss people off. So me and Keemstar do have that going for us. But I don't think I'll go as far as to do what he does, because I care way too much about myself. Like, I could never victim shame anyone, because I'd be too scared, especially at that level of popularity, just anyone finding out, and it's like, wow, he's that bad. Now, I'm not that bad. I wasn't that bad. Well, I'm not, hold on. I'm not that bad as a person, so I feel like if I came out and did some of that stuff that Keem did, a lot of people that know me would be surprised by that. They'd be like, wow, really? Jesus Christ. So, yeah, plus, I just find Keemstar entertaining as a whole. He does have, like, he's one of those people where he doesn't hate on you for your opinion. You can have all these opinions you want. Alright? If you side with Ethan during that whole Keemstar and Ethan thing, he'll probably call you stupid, but he's not gonna go out of his way to call you a piece of shit for doing so. He'll probably respect it. Probably. I'm not sure. I don't know him personally. I want to. Dude seems like a nice guy to hang out with. I would just love to just hang out with Keem for a day. If he's like, yo, I'm gonna shower you with whatever you want. If you want bitches or game consoles or whatever, I got you. If you want the new whatever you want, I got you. Then I'd be like, bro, you had me at shower. You had me at showers. It's so weird. But yeah, I'd love to hang out with the dude. Just to see what he's like. And he seems very hardworking, which is the exact opposite of me. So I appreciate people who are like that. Because there's always negatives to a positive. I feel like a lot of, it's like opposites attract, you know? I'm a lazy fuck. He's a hardworking guy who just goes out, grinds and shit. Loves to show off his stuff. I don't. But yeah, he seems like a really fun guy, you know? So yeah. That's pretty much it. To be honest, I didn't think anywhere would go with I didn't think that I would have to upload this video just because it was like at the 2-minute mark. I was like, this was a bad idea for a video. But now that I'm sitting here talking about it, I just think about all the people I could piss off who don't like Keemstar. Now let me get this straight. I'm not defending him on everything he does. There was some stuff he did that I highly disagree with, whether it was yesterday or like 12 years ago. All right, he didn't do anything that I disagreed with yesterday, so there's that. But there are some stuff that people do, or there are some stuff that he did that I disagree with entirely. But he just seems like an awesome dude, you know. Yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say. There isn't anything else I can remember. I'm trying to think back to some of the stuff. He was also very supportive of Skydas Minecraft during his whole downfall and whatnot. He basically persuaded Adam to not delete his channel, but instead make it for people who want to. Basically, as like a way to get creators' names out there. That's what Keemstar advised Sky to do. Now there was some terrible stuff Keemstar did that I'll talk about. That whole thing with Basher. Looking at Basher now, he's holding up pretty well, although back then it was just god awful. Plus there was that whole thing with Pyro where like he basically said he was always right. Where like Keemstar basically said that Keem was always right and whatnot. So it just seems, but he had that bias against Pyro during that whole thing because of the fact that he had bias with him anyway, or like a feud with him anyways. Like, you guys remember that like 13 or 14-year-old girl from France? I can't remember the age because it always fucking changed. Like I think it was like 12 was the youngest he said she was. or was it 13? I can't remember. It was always some like weird shit. So there you go. There's some stuff Keemstar does that I don't like. I also don't like, um, even though I said this, I also don't like people who like show off what they have. I know, I might have said that, but he doesn't do it as much as some other people would. Like he doesn't do it as much as I imagine Gene Simmons would. I imagine Gene Simmons would do that like all the fucking time, or whatnot. Like I'm better than you. Keemstar doesn't say he's better than you. He just knows. No, I'm kidding. Um, but this whole thing was just Keemstar as a whole is just one confusing guy that we just got to deal with. But what I also find to be weird is he's mostly famous with guys. Not to say he doesn't have any female fans. He definitely does. But a lot of females just hate on him just because of the terrible shit he's done. He's discredited a few things, he's discredited a few people over serious, serious accusations. Um, but that doesn't mean you should hate someone that much to an extent. I say that, but yet I'm the same way. I shit on people who discredit other people for very serious, serious things, but I keep it to myself because I am not desperate to hate on people. I don't like expressing my feelings out to absolutely no one. Yet here I am with a YouTube channel with 17 subscribers talking to no one because this won't get any views. I hope this does just because I just think it'd be funny for like some reactions and whatnot. I'm doing this merely for the reactions. I don't really care at this point. But yeah, I think Keemstar is a cool guy who does have a few problems. But nobody's perfect, right? Isn't that what Hannah Montana taught us? God, that is a weird thing to say in a video like this. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Also, I kind of want to add something else that kind of involves Keemstar, but not directly about him. So I remember in like high school, I was a junior at the time. In high school, was I a junior? I was, because, or was I a sophomore? I can't remember. I can't remember what grade level. More likely, I was a sophomore when that happened. When this situation happened, I was subscribed to Keemstars or Drama Alert on YouTube, and then my friend said, "Dude, you follow that scumbag on YouTube? Like, he deplatforms people and whatnot. He makes people go away." And I'm like, no. Well, at the time he probably did, but now it's like that's like the dumbest thing to do. Hate on someone based off who they're subscribed to. Who cares? You know? I found this stuff entertaining. Plus, I mean, Scarce isn't around a lot anyways. But even though he did upload 2 videos in quick succession than I would have expected, but whatever. There's probably some reason for that. I don't follow Scarce on Twitter. I don't like following a lot of people on Twitter. I'm barely on there. Well, now I am, but I don't like searching for people directly. It's just weird. Um, so even though I did search up Keem directly, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. And it just got me thinking, like, why do we judge people based off who we're subscribed to? I feel like just because, like, if I ever make it big, like, and I become kind of sort of like that pyro esque person where like I'm a drama channel, which I don't want to be. Even though I'm talking about drama, not directly. Um, um, Sorry, I blanked out. I'm so sorry. I blanked out for a moment. I didn't know. I totally forgot I was recording. I am so sorry about that. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was bad. S um, Yeah, anyway, I remember now. So, like, if I want to be a drama channel and I'm subscribed to Drama Alert, a lot of people are going to see that, and then they're going to be like, oh, he agrees with everything Keemstar does. Nope. That won't be true, because you can subscribe to someone and still disagree with stuff. There was, like, that time I was subscribed to Mini Lad, and all that shit with, like, Terrorizer situation where, like, I knew he was a bad guy. Well, Mini Lad, not Terrorizer. Terrorizer's a really cool dude. Although I say that like I've met him before, I haven't. But I was still subscribed to Mini Lad around that Brian situation, because yeah, while he is a piece of shit, I really enjoyed some of his. I really enjoyed some of his content at that time. But now it just seems a bit weird. I can't really think of anyone else who I was subscribed to when that whole drama shit came out. I almost said Carson. I wasn't ever subscribed to Carson. I don't know why. Or maybe I was and just didn't know it. Oh yeah, all that Jay Schlatt stuff. Like how he's racist. I feel like Jay Schlatt's one of those where like he'll be like Keemstar, where like he could say all the fucked up shit, or all the fucked up shit will happen in his videos and he won't get canceled for it, because because he didn't say it directly. I feel like there's like a few people who could do dumb shit but won't be canceled for it. I feel like it's the Misfits, Jay Schlatt, and Keemstar. People have tried to cancel Keemstar over dumb shit, and it went nowhere. Like, I'm pretty sure there are still things that people want to cancel him over that Keemstar's like, no, good luck with that. You can't cancel Keemstar. Keemstar can cancel culture. That's what I meant to say. Can cancel canceling. There's that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you didn't, let me know in the comment section, because I'm pretty sure this is gonna get a lot of negative attention. So yeah. Also leave a comment down below. It doesn't really do much, but I respond to you guys because I don't have that much subscribers up to a point where my feed would be flooded. So if you do leave a comment, I will respond to you. I guarantee you that much. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It'll really help out the channel. And if you do hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that bell notification for if you want to be notified as to when I upload. Because I don't have a schedule, in fact, I'm very lucky to have gotten a day off. And hopefully tomorrow I will come up with something new. Probably Cyberpunk, because I am all over that shit right now. Plus, I do have some things I want to do. I do want to say, but not here. So yeah, Lose the Manic out.